It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to How You Know. Starring Peter Lewis and Austin Teitel. No, you heard it right here. Peter Lewis and Austin Teitel. Why? Because Jared's on an audition, so we had to replace him. This is show business, baby. Show business. You don't show up, you're replaced. Right, Peter?
That's right. That's how it goes.
Peter, so let's talk about what happened when you first got here. What were you thinking when I gave you the silent treatment when I was just staring at you?
I thought that maybe you had issues with a friend or something going on. I don't know. You're busy with something. It looks like you're busy.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can see, this is probably the fastest we've ever started a show because we have one camera. How much easier is it? Like, I'm not saying that Jared, but I'm saying how much easier is it when it's just the us two? We have one camera. There's no Jared.
Like the last time we did it. You know?
Like the last time. But the last time we had Zoom, remember? We did
have Jared. Yes, we did have Jared.
Yes. So how easy is it without Jared?
Yeah, I mean, the less amount of people, it's going to be simpler. It's going to be easier.
So it's Jared's fault.
No, it's not. But, no, StreamYard just gives trouble. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. I really don't.
I almost cursed again. Remember yesterday remember last show I dropped the F-bomb twice?
Yeah, I hope none of you remember that. I hope the audience here totally missed that part.
The only reason why it takes forever to set up is because when we try to anytime you try to put two or more cameras in this software using the same computer, it does not like anything. And then it would make sense where it's like everybody brings their own computer, but then the audio gets messed up because we only have one audio board. So it makes no sense to do any of that stuff. So I don't know why this big-time StreamYard, like we're paying the monthly fee for it, why can't it do this stuff? Like, Come on, this is 2021. This is 1992, okay? Give me a break. This isn't when the Islanders were good, okay? This is when the Islanders are bad, okay? Well, actually, I'll say all New York teams bad besides the Bills and the Yankees, and I guess now probably the Brooklyn Nets.
I mean, Islanders are doing well. I mean, Sabres have promise. They beat Jersey last night. So,
I forgot the Buffalo Sabres. People just everybody forgets about Buffalo.
Yeah, and they have really big time players play for them. Even former Islander like Pat LaFontaine, very very big player for the Islanders. Who was at their last finals run, the 5th in a row, the record breaking 19 consecutive playoff wins. And they lost to the Oilers with Gretzky and Messier.
If you ever go on YouTube and you type in a song from like the early 2000s, there's a lyrical video made by a Windows movie maker. Shout out to those people who made those lyrical videos because those are great.
Yeah, and we probably wouldn't be here without them.
Yeah, honestly. And then you would go to the converter and get free music, free MP3 music.
Yep.
It's very good.
Yeah, my movie maker, it did its job. I mean, what was annoying was that sometimes, like, I'm making drum cover videos, cover songs on the drums, and I don't know, it would just make things sound weird and all that. Maybe I just wasn't familiar with the software.
Get the mic closer to you.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's just like...
Don't bump the thing. All right, good. He's about to bump it. We're going to go to a commercial break again. He's about to mess it up again.
The third commercial break. It's only not even 12 minutes in.
No.
So... Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Sponsors would love us, honestly.
You can't keep playing their stuff, It's helping them. That's it. That's the bottom line here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't familiar with Movie Maker too much, but it always make my stuff sound weird. Like I wouldn't, finagle with things too much.
What were the drum covers you used to do?
Whatever songs, Nirvana, Pearl Jam.
What's your favorite song to play right on the drums?
It might be... Okay, it's either Inerti Attic, ESP... Oh, no, Area Tarka by...
What?
By the Mars Volta.
No way, really?
Yeah.
I told you, Blake Fleming.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one of their...
You like Mars Volta?
I told you that, yeah.
That's crazy, dude. You want to meet the guy? I'll get you set up.
I've been telling you since I was going to Russia in 2017. I really want to meet this guy.
I'll meet him. I know him. I took drum lessons with him. I mean, listen, he was a hard I can say hard ass. He was a hard ass because
in the Bible.
I took his class way too fast. Like, I should not have... Like, he was still showing me note placements, and he just did not want to show me. He's like, it was more for advanced drummers. But it really showed me that's like, you really got to know what you're doing. You can't waste the guy's time. But I did get a free book out of it.
That's great. Yeah.
So it was pretty good. I'll set you up with that. Maybe we can have him on the show to talk about drumming.
I mean, that'd be sick. Because I love Mars Volta, And yeah, what he sort of laid out for them. I mean, that stuff was great. I mean, they're like a newer Led Zeppelin, maybe a little trippier, but they're really good. I like playing their stuff, especially Areotarca, and then otherwise I like Bullet with Butterfly Wings by the Smashing Pumpkins. Rat in a Cage, that
Do you have
song.
any like normal music you play to?
I mean, Pumpkins, that's a big band. That was very
No,
popular.
but like any normal, like just like nice, easy going.
There's a lot of songs. I mean, I like, I don't know, if you call Say It Ain't So an easier song.
I love that song.
Okay, yeah, I
play
like playing
Say It
that.
Ain't So all the time. I play that. I play Buddy Holly.
Oh, yeah.
I play Band on the Run by Wings. The Paul McCartney band.
Band on the Run, yeah. I love
that song. It's
good
so
song.
I like songs I can just jam out to, and I like songs. Do you put your own flair to it, where like do you play it straight, or do you play it the way that you think it? Like, do you play it technically right, or do you play it the way that you want to play it?
I'll definitely add fills if
That's what I do.
I like it. I'll play like if I'm playing, let's say, Danny California by the Chili Peppers, I'll add some fills here and there.
My final song that I had to play for. Did you ever have to do those? I don't know. Probably not. You had to do those committees where three judges would watch you play. Did you ever do that?
So I went to the Long Island Drum School that used to be in Plainview, now it's in Hicksville.
Chris
And-
Durst.
No relation to any of those three things I mentioned, but we'd have what was it called? Rhythm night. Yeah, it's like a recital rhythm night. We play a song or two, sometimes the full song. Some years they'd have us play like a minute of two songs, and so we do stuff like that. We wouldn't be judged. It was just for people to watch, the other family and friends of the other drummers at the school, your instructors there. It was more for fun. It wasn't like a judging thing.
Yeah, when I was in Oneonta, I never played the drums until I went to Oneonta, and I remember trying to play. I played the first song I ever learned how to play was the Beatles' "We Can Work It Out," which is just basic drumming, basic. And I remember walking in there sweating because I never had to play for anybody. I never played drums before, and 5 months of practicing and learning, I had to be judged in front of three people. Really eye-opening, really cool stuff. I mean, I did well. The next year, my drumming teacher got a hernia, so all I did was learn about paradiddles.
Oh,
so
that's great.
My my recital was just one page of paradiddles, and they said, "That's all you're playing." I said, "That's all I learned." And then the next, shout out Rob. Rob was the best. Next year, I had to learn how to play "Crazy Train" by Ozzy Osbourne.
That's fun, yeah.
But I played at like not half speed, a little more faster than half speed. But the problem was when I was playing, I couldn't hear the backing track.
No,
So I did not know where I was. And I remember writing an email saying, "Hey, like I think I did okay, but just remember I couldn't hear it back here." So listen, you're fine. We're gonna give you whatever. I know a lot of students said they couldn't hear it. That pisses me off.
No, that happened to me like almost every single year, if not every year.
It's like no like at least give me a metronome. At least know where I am.
Yeah, or like I don't know, like get us, because like I'd always have my earplugs in, the high fidelity earplugs with the different cone, layers,
Nerd.
whatever, and those are really good though. You could hear stuff, but it cuts out the high stuff, like the cymbal crashes and stuff like that, so you don't go deaf, but you hear the clarity.
How are your ears? Are they good?
They're pretty good. I always had tinnitus, like the ringing in my ears, since I was very young, so I don't think there's any ear damage.
My ears are stuffed every day, but it's not like from drumming; it's just from life. My ears are always stuffed. Like, oh, it's so gross. It hurt. Like, and then sometimes I'll sneeze and I'll be able to hear for like a second, and then that's it.
That's terrible.
And then a lot of times, like with my ears, the way they work, it goes to like the loudest. So if I'm in a car, I'm in a truck, and it's really loud, like the truck, my ears focus on the loud noises, which is really. I should probably go to the doctor for that stuff.
Yeah,
I can try.
I know a good ENT. They're in New Hyde Park, but you could
keep
find
going by what you were saying.
Yeah. So I mean, my ears are pretty good. I mean, I also played percussion stuff.
Turn your ringer off.
Let me do that. I also played percussion stuff in my kung fu school. We'd have around this time of year. Actually, unfortunately, we couldn't do it due to world events, and we would always play the lion dance at different restaurants and places. We went to an architect's office by the Williamsburg Bridge one time, maybe more than one time, and it was fun. But I'd usually play cymbal, I'll play the gong and all that, and I always had my earplugs.
Gong.
Yeah, and yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, the beats just so intense, and it's very dynamic. The music that they play for the Lion Dance shows, and I mean, I miss doing them. I wish we could do it this year, but it's a lot of fun. But I always make sure my ears are protected, so they're pretty good.
Yeah, I wear the drumming headphones you wear, and that's why I play. That's why I play really loud, because I don't really know how loud I play until I started playing without like just the earbuds.
Yeah,
that just take out the high pitched stuff.
Do you have the Thunder sticks?
I got
like
Vader's.
Unplugged?
Vader's.
Oh.
They're coming in actually in a couple days.
Oh, that's good. Vader's a great
They
company.
they discontinued them, like the best ones ever. I don't know why they discontinued them. They probably sold it somewhere.
Wow.
So I had the Guitar Center, like I had to buy it there. I don't buy anything from Guitar Center.
Yeah, I don't really either
Do you
anymore.
know how to read music? Do you know how to read drumming stuff?
Yeah, ProMark, Thunder Rod. I learned drumming. I learned drumming since I was in. It was probably third or fourth grade. Yeah, third grade when I started drums in school, like at band.
I mean, can you sight read?
Yeah, I could sight read. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty, but like once I get a refresher, I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I want to get
Drumming's
back
fun.
into it. I want to get back into it.
Well, you got to
yeah.
call Ed. Like,
No, I know, and that's the thing. Whenever I call, go to his voicemail, so I don't know what it is.
well, I have to like. Why am I the liaison? Everything. It's not just you, Peter.
Sure.
Everything that I do, every person I deal with, anytime I want to hook someone up with somebody else, it always comes down to me being the stupid liaison. Like I have to like walk people to do stuff. I don't understand why no one could just do what they got to do. Okay, it's not you and Ed, because that's a different story. Because you and Ed, because call him the wrong time.
It just happens. Yeah.
But I'm talking about just everything else that I'm doing.
No, yeah, you told me about. Yeah,
Everybody, no one could do anything without like me. Like I'm not gonna say no one could do it without me. I gotta set everything up. In the mafia, I would be the best man ever. I would be the concierge, whatever that is. I would never
Consigliere,
killed. Okay, never, because they can't do anything without me. They
Yeah.
can't pick up the phone and call somebody without me dialing it and being on the phone call. I don't know how hard is it to tell someone what to do and then they just do it.
Yeah.
Why do you
it's-
have to walk people into it?
I don't know. I mean, I've definitely been through that where it's just like, all right, you can. I mean, you know how to do this, so you can do this much with that. I don't really understand. Doesn't make any sense.
What I'm saying is that if you're listening to this and not what I'm doing this year, I'm talking about stuff in like 29. I'm talking about stuff in school.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like what I'm doing right now, which I can keep it a secret. No, that needs a third party. But I'm talking about stupid stuff like just doing work is dumb. Like, hey, call this guy if you want to get, if you want this job. And then they'll always like text me, hey, like especially at Food Network. This one I'm mad about. I had somebody at Food Network. I worked at Food Network, and they asked me, hey, do you know any contacts? I said, yeah. I mean, CC me in the email, and the person says, can you write the email for me? I don't know how to write this, and I was just like, no, I'm not writing an email for you to get a job. Okay, write the email and CC me, and I'll vouch for you.
Yeah.
The nerve, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a job. I mean, I would get everything together. If they want a cover letter, I'll write one up. Sometimes I feel most cover letters, it's just kind of
Most cover letters get
busy
thrown
work.
in the garbage. It
Yeah,
is. It's just busy.
It's just
work.
busy work to do.
Cover letters are for the computer, not for the person reading it.
Yeah, honestly, like resumes are like the best. They tell you they tell people what they need to know.
The best is when, like, in social industry, you're like a PA, and then you meet somebody,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, just give me your resume. That's the best, because they're gonna read it and stuff, and you know that it's gonna work like that. It's gonna work.
Sound like a symbol.
That was me. Getting into this thing.
I didn't notice it was that.
It's cool.
tinny
Right?
sound.
Ding-ding-ding. But yeah, that's why I really understand why there's like poor people and then like richer people. It just, all right, I don't know, maybe not, that's not a good analogy. But people that people that stay at the same jobs. Like I get people all the time that they're still PAs and they say, hey, can you get me a Food Network gig? And I go, what have you done so far? He's like, I just do PA work. I go, do you make any contacts? He goes, no, I just do my work and I leave. How are you going to do any? This industry that we're in is not like any other. It's not like a 9 to 5 at a business. It's not like you want to work at a law firm or whatever. So you go and you work there and you work your way up. You have to know people.
Yeah, like media stuff, you gotta talk.
And that's why people get me mad. Like, one guy, in particular, get me mad when the guy thinks it's like my degree is just like bull. That I can't. For business, wouldn't it be the best thing to get is a comm degree, so you can talk to people.
Yeah. I mean, if you're familiar with the new communication technology,
media, baby.
the media stuff, if you're familiar with that, it's very helpful to have your business progress into the 21st century and what it's going to provide for us. You need to know this stuff. You need to know how to talk to people, how to reach out to people. I mean, that's very helpful. I don't think it's a useless degree at all. I mean, you could say that the basic, communications is definitely, is that what you got? You got communications?
I got a media study. Well, it's mass comm. They changed it. It's media studies theater. So the second degree, and then film.
That's right. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean that's a great degree to have.
That's what I want. It's like I want to be in the new media industry. Why would I not get that kind of
all
degree?
those things. Theater's great, film, and I mean that's extremely useful. I would say that is more useful than a generic communications degree, and I would say a generic communications degree is more useful than that basic liberal arts degree.
Well, in Oneonta they changed it because used to be when I was there, my year before I graduated. It was you were either mass communications or communications. So mass communications you worked with cameras,
right?
And then communications you just worked with like pen and paper. You just wrote papers, like rhetoric stuff. And then there was a class called senior seminar, and it'd be a culmination of media studies. It'd be a mass comm and comm, and the school found out that people in comm didn't understand how to use a camera, and the people in mass didn't know how to write a paper.
Oh.
So they decided just to culminate it and put it into one called media studies, which is the right move.
Sure.
But the wrong move. Because if you're a person like me that okay, I know how to write paper, I know how to write for PR stuff, let me touch a camera, now it's a lot harder to get into. Mine, I was able to take all the camera classes and all the English classes that I had to do, which is great.
Yeah, that's good. And I don't know why people, like, if they're PA, like, why they would know at that point to talk to people if they want to, like...
Because they're scared. People are scared to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And honestly, to be fair, though, to those people who are in that situation, in some cases, in many cases, maybe, there are always those productions that, like, would have, like, big names on them, even those levels. Mm-hmm. And they would just have, like, really, like, unprofessional... people running the show. It's not necessarily the stars at all. In my case, I'm thinking of, it's not. But just the people below that, like, there's no clear hierarchy. Like, people are just using the PAs as slaves, basically, just sending them out to do whatever. And when it's like, look, I'm not a PA in your department.
True.
You have nothing to do with any production department. You're just with whatever. I don't want to be too specific, but that does happen with some productions, and that's not good. I mean, so I can understand why some PAs would be kind of scared to do anything really other than exactly what they're told, because it just doesn't feel welcoming. It's like you're just confused, you don't know what's going on.
Well, just what our shared mentor Frank is just talking about. Yeah. Just when you're on a set, you're there for a reason. Like when we were doing the West Hampton Beach PAC, the Performing Arts Theater.
Yeah.
Center. Sorry, that's a theater. Whatever.
You're fine. Same thing.
We were just shooting a promo, and we were just talking to a lady. Now me and Peter are going to be able to send her a resume and work at the theater as do some odd jobs. I know lighting. He knows audio. We know everything. We both have theater experience. So it's stuff like that. It's not like I'm like on a car dealership. It's like, hey, listen, if you need any work, washing cars. Okay, fine. I'm not going to do that. But it's like, hey, we're at a car dealership. Hey, if you need any work shooting commercials, we're right here.
Yeah, I actually had an offer to shoot like car commercials for like Southampton and.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, and I mean that person never got back to me.
What happened? How long ago was this?
This was 4.5 years ago.
Okay, that might be a little long.
Well, no, I'm just saying that like people, I don't know how they, because like they were offering to like have me help them with this, and I don't know, they just don't have they have like the looks and the position, whatever they look, like they're big shots and stuff, but they don't know how to work with people professionally, and then they kind of blame you
100%
when things aren't done on time, whatever. Like when they, I don't know, when they wanted to do something, like they just blame you when you're waiting on them. Like they can't be wrong, so they blame it on you.
Is this show funny so far? I didn't laugh once. I need Jared here because.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to be funny.
Is it funny?
I don't know. It's more
I think
relatable
it's
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about we're being.
Some of it is funny. I mean,
Listen, I think it's funny that that you ask someone for a job and you ask them to write the email for you.
Yeah. I mean, I would just get everything together. I mean, I feel like high school and even middle school and,
Yeah, like how hard
all
is
the
it?
schooling to that point, I would have known how to write a letter, get a resume together, and stuff like that. Although I will say that multiple people have given me their advice on resumes, and
Advice is one thing. Listen, advice is different
yeah,
than doing it for me.
yeah. But like even at school at BC, like I'd get advice like from the place that you're supposed to
Boston
get.
College?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
You gotta say
College.
Brooklyn College. Anytime you see BC, I think Boston College.
Yeah, I mean it's typical, but yeah, CUNY, Brooklyn College. Yeah, even like people who are supposed to be into the help you with the resume stuff, like that's their job. Like I don't know, they sort of like made my resume for a while, like a couple years, just kind of not emphasizing like my skills and the stuff that I've done.
What they put? Like funny. Like let me guess the skills they put. You put hard work, team player, collaborator, and like someone out there fluent in Russian or something.
No, there wasn't actually a specific skills section the way they formatted it, which was weird because, my cousin and other friends were saying, no, you gotta, I know like for the entry for the Brooklyn College Film Society, which I was president of and vice president of.
There. I'm sorry, but we got the president of the Brooklyn College Film Club. That's like being the manager at Burger King. A very, very, very prestigious.
It is.
Prestigious.
No,
Who were the past presidents?
Nancy Pagan.
Who's that?
She's a retired lieutenant detective at the NYPD.
Okay, so she had nothing to do with the film industry. All right, pass next.
Okay.
Next.
Then there was Peter. Well, this guy Carlos. I don't know him. I never talked to him. But since me, it's been Felicia Big from Baldwin, New York. And
What does she do now?
She does movie stuff. She was on that shoot on Staten Island the other week.
Was that the one with the paper? You should tell people about what they wrote. Are you allowed to? You think?
No.
Okay.
Like not in this. I don't know. I mean, no. It was just a little bizarrely written, and it was explained later why it was bizarrely written.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
You didn't tell me.
It was one of the relatives who was there was like telling him to like write all the stuff in.
Do a little. I mean, it was nothing bad, but it was something we'd never seen before.
Yeah, it was just kind of bizarre. I mean, and they weren't too familiar with
how to write it.
Yeah, like the film stuff and all that. Like
it was
they
just
did
really
film
just
stuff.
like person who wrote it definitely was not a media studies major because did not know how to to write the paper. When I was in my not Peter saying this, it's me saying this because I read it too to just see because I'm I'm Jewish, so I'm a lawyer
Right.
by trade.
That's how it goes.
That's
And
the way it is.
Yeah.
How you know?
How you know? This
Sorry,
is the
Peter
way.
Lewis and Austin Titel.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, they just explained like it was one of the people in the house that was just like, all right, look, you have to just make sure this, and that's covered. I don't know. There's some
What credentials does
duplicates
this person have?
Well, they've done movie stuff. They've done theater. They have a theater degree. And
Who is like the most well-known person you've ever worked with?
well-known person?
Because Frank, you just go. Remember Frank? We were just talking right with them. We were doing a promo the other day, and
Right.
our mentor Frank is talking about how he produced a play, and it's like, yeah, my friend Chris Walken, and I look to Peter, and go, is that Christopher Walken? He just casually is like, yeah, my friend Billy Joel, my friend Chris, my friend William Joel, Billy, and Christopher Walken, and I don't know if you know this other guy. It's Q Tarantino. Yeah, I mean we're just buddies hanging out.
Well, he didn't say Q Tarantino.
That would be funny if it's Quentin Tarantino.
It would have been great, but yeah, he was talking about like one of Billy Joel's older bands, where like a record or something he has from them.
He has a record that has William Joel. It's before he was the organist.
Yeah,
or
before
pianist or some.
pianist. I'm sure he knows how to play an organ. I mean,
Whatever.
He knows his way around the.
Doesn't matter.
keys.
F it. Keep going.
Tickling the ivories, but yeah, I mean, he somehow he met Billy Joel, and yeah, he worked with Christopher Walken at the Actors Studio for quite some time, and yeah, I mean, he's the only person. I was telling my friends this for years, and I told Austin, I'm like, he's the only like as soon as he said Chris Walken, like 10 seconds later, I'm like, go up to Austin, I'm like, he's the only person I know in the world who calls him Chris Walken. Like I told my friends that, I was like, yeah, that's hilarious because like it's Christopher Walken. Like I don't know who Chris Walken is. But yeah,
Walking here.
but he Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Now we're getting funny. Here we go.
They've
That
worked
first
with
laugh of the
yeah
day.
they've worked with each other, over the years for quite a while. And but what was Frank talking about?
I'm talking about you though. You didn't answer the question. Who's the most famous person besides me?
Okay,
Obviously.
well, you know what? Funny that you say that because I was gonna say Christopher Walken.
You did work with Christopher Walken?
Yeah, I was
You
an
met him?
extra. I was an extra. I didn't get to talk to him. It was I don't know. It was this movie I could talk about now because my scene was actually a deleted scene, and I don't know.
Wait, is there? Can I watch this?
Let me look it up really quick. So the movie, one of the titles was the title that I got and my sister got going into this.
Well, your
shoot,
sister did it too. Grace Marie Fawn Lewis the third.
we were both in it. Yes.
Oh,
When I Live My Life Over Again was the original title, and the new title's One More Time. I don't know.
like the Daft Punk song "R.I.P."
Yeah, or even the it's a sad
One
news this
more
week.
time.
I mean, One More Time by that,
Celebrate.
or One More Time by the Real Mix, which is
my
90s freestyle.
My head's hurting when you say that type of stuff.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's great. I love it. Robert Edwards directed it, and it was in the Hamptons. It was set in the Hamptons, so it was at the Maidstone in Bridgehampton, right when you make that left turn. So When I Live My Life Over Again, or One More Time, Christopher
2015
Walken.
film. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it at the Hamptons Film Festival.
Were you mad? What did you know you were cut out of the movie before you watched it?
I didn't know.
Were you the whole time like ready to see your scene, and then see you weren't in it?
I mean, it was sort of disappointing, but I didn't really care too much because I was still in it. And I talked to the director, Robert Edwards. He was there. He had some Q&A, but afterwards I did talk to him, just one-on-one. And, he was a nice guy, and he was saying, yeah, it's going to be on the DVD. Like, we like that scene. It kind of shows this about Christopher Walken's character.
What was the movie about?
It was about Amber Heard's character.
Okay.
Comes from, like, the city, and she goes home for, like, some time because, I don't know, she has to go away from the hustle and bustle. It's one of those stories. And
boring.
she's in the Hamptons in, like, the fall, winter.
Why would you be here in the fall and winter? First of all, I'm not
because
watching
her family.
the movie.
Her family.
Hold on.
Okay.
First of all, no one comes out here in vacations to hang out with the family in the winter. We all know it's dead right now. It's February 24th. It's nice outside. You drive down the block, nothing's open besides real estate places. So if you want to buy a house, come down here right now.
Well, that's West Hampton. That's a West Hampton problem. But
you're in West Hampton more than I am. Like at this point.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. She just wants to sort of like, I don't know, find herself, something like that. So she comes out here. Amber Heard's character. Amber Heard wasn't in the scene that I was with, but Hamish Linklater. He's a really pretty famous actor.
Is he related to Richard Linklater?
I don't know. I could never find that connection.
It's probably not that.
But I always looked for it, of course, because
How you
I like Richard Linklater's movies. I like School of Rock. I like I was okay with Boyhood, but yeah, he was known. Hamish is known for playing Matthew Campbell in New Adventures of Old Christine. But that same year, I did that shoot. I actually saw him at Central Park, the Shakespeare in the Park, the free show, Much Ado About Nothing, and he was great. I mean, it was his. It was his character. It was his personality, just in a Shakespeare show. What he was cast to do, I forgot what he did. Oh, he was in The Big Short. Okay, yeah,
That was a good movie.
yeah. Everyone, yeah. Fantastic Four, 2005, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so he was there. Christopher Walken was there. Other actors were there that are decently well known, and so that scene, it was sort of like Christopher Walken's character, just I don't know, like finding something about himself, whatever, and I don't know, like, is that Paul McCartney? Because I know Paul McCartney. We got a kitty cat outside.
Wait, is he out there? The cat? Is he
Yeah,
staring
it's
at
a
you?
dark one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tuna. He likes to sit up there and just look at people. Oh, you
That's
I just
adorable.
almost cursed.
Hey, you caught yourself, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the. I'm trying to look for the deleted scene here, like
It's all
because
right, it's all right. Let's move on.
it
But
was at the Maidstone. I can get the DVD, but I was Christopher Walken or Ice-T. I don't know who people know more now. Who's more
I
popular?
think people know Ice-T more.
Okay, the commercials
Is it
and
Law and
SVU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, it would be them.
Tell the people when you wanted to go meet Ice-T what his publicist said.
Well, it's not. The producer at the beginning of the shoot with it was an ad for a car repair insurance. I forgot what it's called, but and the producer
It's
at the beginning.
called DG East Point Insurance Agency.
No, that's your deal. That's your family's gig. But
DG's Point Insurance Agency, life, auto, business, investments, all in one place.
so the producer was saying that the agency for Ice-T said, look, usually Ice-T likes to take pictures with fans and talk to them, but in this case during the pandemic and all that, this is back in like September or October, we can't have you do that, so if you touch anything near him, just tell someone. We have to make sure it's sanitized, whatever he does. And how it was funny how it played out. I mean, I ended up getting his Arizona like punch and stuff like that, I guess per his writer or something. But at the end of the day, like right before the last scene, the last shot when he was, about to leave, one of his friends, one of these hip hop pioneers who was in the commercial, was leaving with his wife, and he was at the regular people's concession, the food with all the cookies and stuff, and he basically just goes up there and he's just like, oh, so what's in the trays here? And people are just saying, oh, it's just cookies, and they're telling everybody else, look, make sure you wear a glove, make sure you wear a glove before you hand it to people. Ice-T just reached into the tray with his bare hand and just grabbed it.
Would you say anything to him?
No, I mean,
You're like, Mr. T, what's going on?
I don't care.
Mr. Ice-T.
I don't care.
Ice or T.
That yeah, right. That shoot started
Say,
with
Ice-T,
us.
I loved you in NWA. My favorite. I loved you in NWA.
Oh my
Run DMC,
God.
my favorite. Started just saying all bands. I love you in the Beatles.
No, I mean we started the day with rapid COVID tests, which was great. That was good. But and of course we were all negative, so that's good. But yeah, I mean at that I didn't care. I mean, I'm not going to tell Ice-T that. I'm not supposed to be near him.
Are you more of a fan or do you like him less now?
No, I have nothing. Nobody told him the
precautions. Oh god.
Well, nobody told the casting person who was sort of like telling everyone like the deal about the food and stuff like that. I don't know why exactly, but they didn't get to tell Ice-T that because usually Ice-T was in the trailer. I'd either be firewatching the trailer or I was running around.
What's Firewatch?
So firewatching is when like you're looking over the equipment, you're looking over a set, a part of the location that nobody else could go into. You monitor.
So you were security. You were Jair.
I was Jair. I was security at Trader Joe's basically.
All I'm saying is that if I was one to go rob the set and I saw Peter guarding a tent, it's over for Peter. I'm smashing Peter's face in. I'm grabbing that camera equipment and I'm leaving.
As you should.
He's not a guy that looks like Peter. I'm not saying he looks like anything, but a guy like Peter, I could just know. I already know the way Peter was standing. Peter was standing there, going up and down, kind of, because he doesn't stand still, and he had his hands in his jacket and with the mask on, and probably his sunglasses, probably his aviator sunglasses, right?
No, I didn't have them on.
Okay, but whatever. But if I just saw Peter, the scrawny kid, scrawny, taller kid, come, I'll smash his face in with the Craftsman knife. Go grab the camera equipment. Probably take him with me as a hostage in case somebody came after me, and probably take him out to a nice dinner or something.
Yeah, I mean it's always a nice ending.
Did anything bad happen on set? Did anybody get yelled at? Like that's my favorite story. Did anybody get yelled at?
Nobody got yelled at. But that's the set I was talking about, where like the hierarchy just was not clear. Okay. I don't want to be too specific.
Why not?
But it was just for obvious reasons, and I don't know.
Obvious reasons.
People were just telling the PAs. Certain people were telling the PAs, what to do, and it's like they weren't even to the point of like contradicting what the assistant director and the key PA just told me to do.
That's my favorite thing. When people that get on set and they're like the same level as me try to tell me what to do, it's my favorite. Who are you?
Yeah, honestly, they don't have control over just any PA. This person, they weren't in production. They weren't in, they weren't involved in that. But they just
so
thought
what
it
they
was
say
right.
to you? What they tell you?
Well, it was a point where it's like they told me, look, could you check if the other PA is firewatching the trailer?
And this other PA told you that?
No, this other person who was not in production at all.
Oh, okay.
And I'm saying, like, contradicting what the AD was just on the walkie talking to the key PA saying, look, so listen, could you just echo when I say action and cut and quiet on the set, rolling, and
Roger.
right, like the battle droids, and
Filoni first.
And they said, got it, copy. And they told, and they had to go somewhere, the key PA, so they told me, look, just make sure you echo the AD's,
What does
orders.
echo mean?
Like echo, like you say it again for them, you make it louder, you make it
So
louder.
like a baby. So if I go, action, and someone goes, you go, action!
Because they were inside the garage. This was the auto repair
What
commercial.
kind of walkie-talkies do they use? Do they actually use walkie-talkies, or they just text you?
No, it's a walkie-talkies.
What kind of is it like a really cool one?
They're not gonna text every time they say action or cut. That'd be ridiculous. But these are really good ones. I mean,
Did you ever... All right, keep going, then I got one more question for you, and then we'll have to take a commercial break and then move on to sports.
Sure.
Sorry.
So it was so they told me, look, just just echo what the AD says. The director actually wasn't there. They were there remotely. Actually, I was telling Frank about this.
Really?
And-
The director wasn't there?
yeah, they were just there remotely, like on an iPad usually or
And
something.
someone's just like, all right, here, Ice-T. When someone wants... That's funny. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great sketch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great scene. Like, write that freaking down.
All right.
I got you a notebook. I'll give you one into my room right after the break. We can write it down.
Okay.
What a great premise. You go on set and you're a PA and like you're the only PA there actually doing stuff because everybody else is remote. There's like a bunch of iPads over the freaking place.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's actually really great. I mean, that'd be really good. Yeah, because
Like
the director
that?
wasn't
You're
there.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you. And so the AD, was basically, running a lot of the show, which is typical, but, it was a little more responsibility than usual. So it's like, I really have to listen to AD in this case because the situation is just so, it's not good because we already lost the PA because there's like an allergy to something. We didn't know what, but
I feel like it died.
they sent the guy home like at 6:30 in the morning.
We lost one. Some guy robbed its place, got
Yeah.
stabbed by a craftsman's knife.
Yeah, it was like 6:00 in the morning we got there. That was the call time. And like 6:45 about that PA was gone. And I found out much later that like they had an allergic reaction to something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's called To Work.
and they told them the production they didn't want to take any chances, So fine, but
Don't want to
so-
get sued, pretty much.
So that
Just
was
say it.
So that
we
was
don't want to
happening.
get sued.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the case, even if they don't get sued, they don't want to deal with that stuff. That's not good. But so we were doing, all that stuff, and yeah, so the key PA tells me to do that, so I started doing.
People
that.
at home, what's a key PA?
They're the head production assistant. They tell the other production assistants what
So
to do.
the head, I can't say the word, but
The big cheese, I don't know what to call it,
guess
of the production assistants.
Sure.
And they report to the assistant director or the second assistant director if they have an underling there. But
Cool.
director, the production manager, whatever, anyone in production, they'll talk to the key PA, and they left. They had to leave, and I started doing it. I was echoing what the AD said. And then all of a sudden, this other person who I didn't even know, there was no introductions with this person. They just, as soon as I was hanging out the walkies, they start barking orders okay, so just write this down and give me that walkie. It's all right, hold on a sec.
how old are these PAs?
The PAs, the key PA and the other PAs themselves, they were about my age.
Okay, if I was say they're 40. I'd be
Some
like,
of them were
"Good job."
older, maybe 30, maybe. It's it's hard to tell, facial hair and stuff like that. It's hard to tell, but.
They probably thought you were 14.
No, but they all had the information. But so this other person who was older, maybe 40s, maybe 50s, they start barking orders at me as soon as possible. Write this down, give me that walkie, and I'm like, okay, do you have what's your name and position or not? I don't even know if I said position, but just the name, and that was just the whole trend the whole day. That was the thing, and I had no. I mean, it's just okay. I guess I'll listen to you because everyone's sort of telling me to. So later on in the day, the key PA leaves me off with those orders, and I start doing them. And then all of a sudden, that person comes up to me and tells me, "Yeah, it's very true," and tells me, "Look, could you check the trailer over there to see, if the other PA is fire watching?" And I'm trying to explain to them, like I'm saying, like succinctly and loud enough through the masks and everything. You know, look, the AD and I'm supposed to be echoing what the AD says. You know, somebody doing that, and it was like back and forth, like what, and all of a sudden they thought that
What?
Yeah, and they thought all of a sudden that I was saying that they weren't watching it, which I don't know how I would know that because I was with them the whole time for like the past 20 minutes. So I'm like, no, but is someone going to be echoing what the AD says? And then they said, no, just go check the trailer. And it's like, okay. Because, like, you know, the AD specified, look, just be quiet about it, okay?
Shut your mouth and do your job.
No, like be quiet about, like, when you echo, you know? So it's like, if I'm going all the way to trailer, I can't be quiet about it. No one's going to hear me. Everyone's in front of the garage because that's where they're shooting inside the garage. And I'm going to be yelling, and that's specifically what the AD said not to do. And this person was just adamant about me going, like, you go over there if you care so much. Like, come on. Like, and that stuff just annoys me. Like, that's just wrong.
So if you're still listening to this comedy show, to PA or not to PA, that is a question. I don't know. PAing is fun, I guess. It's so much more fun being the AD.
I don't mind like PAing. I usually like PAing. I usually like being the driver and stuff. Like that's fun, like driving PA. All that's fun, but until it's not fun, because some people just like to use you when they're not even supposed to. You know?
Use and abuse. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 1:54 p.m. here on the East Coast. We're going to take a quick commercial break, come back at you with some sports stories, come back at you with hopefully some comedy. If you're still listening, thank you. This is How You Know, a comedy radio show starring Peter Lewis and Austin Teitel. What a happy day it is right now. Wow, what a great email. I'll give you a little premise here. So me and Peter, we like to play the GTA online. Me, Peter, we were playing one day. We're trying to do a heist, and we had to do a lobby of 4 people, random people. Yeah, I did it. Random, a bunch of rambobs. And usually with random people, I never like invite them to the party. I just want to talk to my friends. But for some reason, Peter really wanted to invite this guy, and his name was Josh. And we found the only person, not the only, but one of the people on Xbox that wrote a script, and he sent it to us
for movies,
for a movie script. That's what we do. We produce stuff. And what was the movie called? I like the title.
Frozen Stiff.
I heard him. I heard that, and I started dying. What was it about again?
It's like a zombie thing.
One of those zombie movies, but who cares? But let me tell you right now, we got to talking. He's from Alabama. He was in the Air Force. He works for now the Department of Defense, and he was telling us how he had court coming up. So today was his court date because he got pulled over. He had weed possession in his vehicle. First of all, pulling over a veteran, okay, but trying to book a veteran, shouldn't let him home, whatever. The guy's a vet. All right, so it's really messed up what happened, but he should not have weed in the car, obviously. But it's still weed. Like, it's not like crack or something.
It's a non-violent thing. Like, I don't, that shouldn't be.
So basically, he kept saying that, guys, I might go to, what are you saying? Guys, I might go, here's like a deeper, guys, I might go to jail on Wednesday.
Can't. Guys, I'm not going to jail.
I think they're going to say I either 1 year in jail or pay like a $10,000 fine.
Well, he said
$1,000
fine. And,
thank you. I was it, but okay.
And I mean, how we met him was like even more bizarre. I mean, we were just on the same mission, stuck on it for like 10 tries, and
I think we should take the guy, put him over the cliff.
Well, that was later on, but I mean, how we met him, we already had this other guy in the party, and they were good. They were all 4 of us who were pretty good, into it. But yeah, and then we started talking to Josh, and yeah, he wrote a script for like a movie, and he sent it to me over email. And
did you read the whole thing? Be honest, did you read the whole thing?
I didn't read the whole thing. No.
I didn't read the whole. I read 1 page. I was like, all right, this is
like I'll get to it.
I'll get to it too eventually, maybe 5 years. But
I just but yeah, I mean it's based off of like people he knows, mostly in Alabama. I mean, he was stationed in Japan for the Air Force for like a number of years, and he has a lot of stories from that. But yeah, we just got a mail from that guess it's the subject's like guess who's not going to jail.
He gave away it though. He gave away the whole thing in the subject, which is next time don't write that, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, just guess who's not going to jail. I mean, that's funny enough, but yeah, just like how
versus guess who ain't in jail. Guess who ain't in jail.
There you go. And so it worked out, and he only had to pay $500, and it's also going off his record. It's not
I'll
gonna
tell
go
you
on his
because he's a
record.
vet. That's exactly why they saw he worked with part of the defense. He saw that he was stationed where he was. But let's give a round of applause for Josh, Captain. What is he? Captain what on Xbox?
Captain Jish.
Captain Gist, baby.
Like Captain Jish. Like,
Here we
like Captain
yeah,
Crunch.
Captain. Not
Like,
even
like Captain Crunch.
Yeah, Captain Crunch. He's funny. All right, let's go on to the sports. Today's a sad day. And we're talking about a good day, but sad day for Yankee fans, everybody out there. Aaron Judge's gap in his teeth is no longer. He's going to have a bad season. He's going to have probably the worst season of his life.
That's what this means.
I played baseball all my life. I was the best hitter on every single team. Okay, may not have been the best fielder, may not have been the best, thinker, may not be the best, guys with the hands, but I was always the top hitter. Always, no matter what. And let me tell you right now, you need to know balance. And he's never hit without his teeth being with gaps. Okay? And because of that, he will have the worst season of his life. Why? He's never hit. He's never hit without a gap in his teeth. That's like changing the whole stance. It's like going from righty to lefty. How are you going to change anything? He's a great hitter. Why would you change anything? Yeah, you're going to wake up in the mirror and see your ugly smile, but you're getting paid, man. Why would you do that? Now everything's going to get messed up. Your whole equilibrium, all your stance, you got to change everything. You got to go back to the minor leagues. If I'm the Yankees, I'm yelling at them. How do you fix your gap? It works. It makes you more aerodynamic. The fastball isn't as fast because when it comes at you, the wind is in your teeth. Okay? Yankee fans, how do you feel about Aaron Judge changing? This is like changing his whole way of playing. He's not playing outfield. Now he's playing shortstop. Okay? Now he's going to bat lefty. All right? As a hitter, you have a stance. Okay? And throughout the season, you have to make adjustments. But never change your teeth. It works. The hitting coach wasn't like, yeah, Aaron, the reason why you're having an off season is because you got a gap in your teeth. You got to change it. And he's going to have the worst season of his life, okay? I don't know how you do that. You've never hit without your teeth like that. It's not like you started the season, batting your hands are a little bit closer to you, your hands are a little bit this way, your feet are a little bit this way. Nah, this changes the whole game, dog. I bet you when he comes back for spring training, when we watch it, he's gonna be a lefty. Cause you can't change. What would you if you were a star hockey player, right? And you had a gap in your teeth, but you're getting paid like that, and you've never played without having a gap in your teeth. Would you change it?
Jeez. It's tough for me to say not being in that situation. I mean, this whole thing with Judge might be Samson's hair, like in the Bible.
What is that?
Samson.
I'm Jewish. Well, I don't read the Bible.
Well, this is the Old Testament, I think.
Whatever.
Maybe not, but the Corinthian. Yeah. So, so he had long hair. He's very strong, and then like in his sleep, the Hebrew Bible, he had his hair cut off, and then he lost his strength because he lost his hair.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're changing a big thing here, okay? You're changing your whole way of life now. Now, people, maybe that's what drove him to become the best hitter, was because people used to make fun of him because of a gap in his teeth. Now he's not going to have that drive. Now he's going to be complacent. Now he's like, look how good looking I am. Look at this. I'm getting paid, and I got perfect teeth.
It's going to get to his head.
He will have the worst season of his life because he changed his teeth. Teeth are a big thing. If people don't know Peter. Peter always brings breath mints everywhere he goes. Why is that? Because you work on film when you get close to people and stuff?
Yeah, I did it since freshman year of high school. I'm like, you know what? I started even in the middle school. Just like I don't want my breath to smell.
It is the worst when you're doing that type of stuff. But do you agree with me that I know people might think, oh, you're crazy. But I'm telling the truth. He's never had perfect teeth. Yeah. He's always had the gap in his teeth. It's built into his stance. If you see the way his head is, if you see the way he looks at the baseball, he has that teeth sticking out. It's like Chris Durst, okay? Has his teeth sticking out, right? Perfectly. Perfect. And now he's going to be showing off his smile. He's going to be getting up there, smile to the pitcher. Hey, what's up? Look at my perfect teeth. Smile to the umpire. Smile to the catcher. The umpire's going to go, look at this guy. He's got everything. He's got the perfect body, got the perfect stand, perfect hitter. Now he's got perfect teeth. Nah, everything I'm calling a strike. It's over. Things change when you get good looking. Okay? It's going to get to your head, Judge. I don't understand why you did that. You were an ugly dude. I barely noticed it. Okay? I don't know who told you to do that, but you now change your stance.
Yeah, if it was his agent, you got to fire the agent. Like, that's it.
You said Asian.
You got to fire the Asian. No, you got to fire the agent. That's a bad call. You know, I have to say, when it comes to just the most minute, like, physics and pressure, like air pressure and stuff like that, and also the whole factor of, like, letting your looks get to your head, it got to his head. It got to his head already. He changed this, and I think Austin's right. I don't think he's going to be the same.
He will not be the same. Anybody that played baseball, anybody that was anybody that was a good hitter, a smart hitter. Okay, I'm not saying a natural guy. I'm a smart hitter, a guy that knows, guy that anticipates the ball, the guy that knows when he swings and he hits a ground ball shortstop, he's ahead of the ball. The guy knows that when he fouls it right back to the catcher, right back to the backstop, that he's a little bit late, almost on it. I'm talking about those kind of guys, and those kind of guys right now are thinking, man, Aaron Judge just messed everything up. It's like It's like the Beatles going, listen, we're not going to be a rock band anymore. We're just going to be a Beethoven. We're just going to do that time. We're going to do classical. This is your bread and butter, and every good hitter knows if you're on a roll, if you're getting paid, if you're hitting good, you don't change a thing. The worst hitters are the ones that do really well and they overthink and they change everything. Oh, I struck out twice. Oh, you know what? I got to start stepping earlier. I'm going to start stepping into the ball. No. He's had off debt. Aaron Judge, it's over. Bye. Have fun being a Red Sox. That's what's gonna happen. You might end up on the worst team, the Mets. You might end up on the Mets because look at those guys. They're ugly.
Oh, no.
You might be the best looking guy. You might become the best looking guy in baseball. But let me tell you right now, you're gonna be the worst hitter. All right, let's move on.
Right. So what's next up on
hockey?
Okay. So NHL news. Well. So I just read that the Montreal Canadiens coach, Claude Julien, who used to be the Bruins coach. It's funny, he played for the Canadiens, he played for the Bruins. That's one of the biggest rivalries in sports, Montreal and Boston. And he was coaching Boston, now he's coaching Montreal. They fired him, and now associate coach Kirk Muller as well. Okay. And that's big news. I mean, they had a losing stretch, but I mean, they were doing pretty well. Like, they were like 1-2 in the North Division for this season's realignment. They realigned so that you only play within your division. The North is just Canadian teams, all 7, and then there's like the East, there's the Central, and then the West. And they're doing all right, but I don't know, they had a losing stretch, so it's like, all right, let's fire the coach, the head coach and associate coach, and we'll see what happens. I mean, they got a lot of great young talent. So
what do you think about it?
The firing?
Yeah, Speedy out there says it's a terrible move. Do you agree?
Speedy says,
mm-hmm.
I mean, it might be it might be cutting off your nose to spite your face.
What does that mean? Is that like Aaron Judge changing his teeth?
So
it kind of sounds like.
It kind of does, doesn't it? It's kind of just like, you kind of just, you ruin everything. When you're looking to fix one problem, you kind of take everything along with that fix, whether it is or not. So that's the idea. I mean, it's not, I don't know. I thought they're doing great. I hate Montreal Canadiens. I hate this team.
You hate Canadians?
I hate the Montreal Canadiens.
You love CCM. How do you hate the Canadians?
I mean, they're from Quebec too. But I mean, I don't like the Habs. I don't like the Montreal Canadiens, also known as the Habs or Les Habitants. But
keep going.
But I don't know. I don't like their team. I don't like their fans. Their fans are obnoxious wherever they go. Whatever team they're playing on the road, there's a million of them, and they're just the most obnoxious people. They don't want to shut up. They just think they can do whatever they want, and that annoys me. So but I mean, funny story. The last game at the Barclays Center and with the Islanders that I went to was a Montreal game in March of last year, right before the lockdowns.
Actually, fun fact: yesterday marked 1 year. Last time I was at an Islanders game, and there was people there.
Wow, yeah. Oh wait, that was the San Jose game that
Yeah,
we
you
were
were there
both at.
too.
Yeah, and I
Me
didn't
and
even
him
know
were
it.
both at the same game.
Yeah,
I got free tickets.
I was with my friend from Brooklyn College, and he was there, free tickets, and San Jose Sharks, and yeah, I like the Sharks in the West. But I mean, I don't know. This move, could it work? Maybe, but I feel like it's just a little too drastic of a measure to do right now. I mean, Michel Therrien,
Michel,
the coach. I'm sorry, the GM. I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of no. He's with the Flyers now. I'm thinking of Mark Bergevin, the GM, the general manager for the Canadiens. I mean, he's been good. He's done a lot of moves that people are like, "Why are you doing that?" Like trades and stuff, and it ended up they'd be okay. It'd work out for Montreal. Every single time basically. I feel like, and he. So I don't know. I mean, this could be good. I mean, they have really good players. They got Nick Suzuki. They got Jeff Petrie, who's been around for a while, but he's actually related to the Detroit Lions, Tigers.
Yeah, if no one, you turn to me. You should turn to Cam. Man, he had the biggest eyes when he said that.
No. Jeff Petrie, his uncle, I believe, is was on the Detroit Tigers.
Really?
Yes, his father Dan Petrie was a pitcher.
Oh wow!
And
Yeah.
he won the World Series ring with Detroit in 1984.
Cool.
And Jeff Petrie, 33, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Oh wow. Yeah, he's a Michigan boy.
Nice.
But he's been on the Canadiens for as long as I can remember.
Canadiens.
And they got talent. I mean, Carey Price is probably the best goalie of the 2010s, and he's still amazing. I mean, they just stole that series against Pittsburgh in the last playoffs in the bubble.
Kyle Speedy says Theron was a former coach before Julian.
Exactly, that's what that was. That's how I got confused. Exactly.
See, you know nothing.
No, I don't. Yeah. A lot of stuff I don't know. But I just get names mixed up, and they're all French, and it's like, oh, what do I, what's going on? But, so we'll see how that goes. Again, I mean, Mark Bergevin has surprised the hockey world, especially NHL world, on more than once in the past since he's been GM. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's fun to watch them, even though I don't like them. I think lately, that playing around with Pittsburgh in the postseason last year, and just since then, playing the other Canadian teams, they are fun to watch. No matter what you say about them or how I feel about them, they are fun to watch. It's like how you want the Mets to be good, so it's not,
Yeah,
so
I want them to be good.
Yeah.
So it's be interesting to see Subway Series.
Exactly.
I should not be like, oh, we're playing the Mets Subway Series. All right, I'm gonna go play Xbox. I'm gonna go play GTA with Captain GS, and maybe he'll go to jail again or something. But yeah, I mean, I want the Mets to be good. I want them something to be better than the Yankees. We all know that never happened.
Did you want them to win in 2015?
Hell no.
Okay.
No way. I don't want them to win the World Series. I want them to be good.
Okay.
Because, typical Met fans that go, we won, look how good we are. You know why I make that voice? Because it's like, they won't win until we're in the old folks' home. I remember back in 2094 when the Mets swept the Yankees in 5. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I mean, my cousin Al, the favorite child we were talking about on a previous episode, he, my mother used to watch him. He's from my father's side.
Give impression of your mother, please.
Yeah, so she was watching. I was watching Albert. Albert. He's the best. I love Albert. He's really good. He's my favorite child. All my other kids suck. Albert was the best. So they're watching him again because basically they raised him. My family, my mom and my father, and he's a distant cousin, my father's side, and he's watching the Mets game. He's from Queens. He's from Ozone Park, like my mom, and he was with my grandma and my grandma would be like, they were in the World Series that year, 86 or something. And
what, the Mets?
Yeah, when was it? 87?
I don't know. I guess I'm not a Met fan.
Well, I mean, but they only won two.
Stevie probably knows.
They only won two. World Series. They were good ones, But yeah, and my grandma would just be like, kind of, like what you do when you're watching a game, and they're messing up whatever, Oh, I don't like you, Strawberry. My grandma.
I met Darryl Strawberry. He's the man, like multiple times.
That's great. Yeah.
I don't know why, because he's a Yankee too.
He was later on, yeah. And that was a weird move. Apparently, people talk about the Mets fans, but
What did I say? Typical Mets fans always blame everybody.
I mean, hey, then Cano went to the Mets.
Look what happened. He was a star of the Yankee, and now he's on PT whatever PSDT. I forgot what the steroids. His bicep is talking. That's how they found out. They found out he was in steroids because he was in the locker room, and the bicep was talking.
Oh God,
it was crazy.
That's terrible. Yeah, 86 World Series, and the Red Sox, but yeah, the and my cousin Albert, though, my grandma was saying, "Oh, I like you, Strawberry." Like Albert, I think I don't know if. I think Albert thought like she was talking about for a second like actual strawberries, so it's like I like
Typical
strawberries.
See what happens?
When he was like 3 years old or something like that, and I like strawberries, and like my family always tells that story. But I mean, he was good, great player, and
great player, great fielder, great hitter, and great coke snorter.
I mean, it's the best of the best here, But
how you know?
But yeah, I mean, back to that. I mean, I just like games that are fun to watch. I hate Philadelphia Flyers. I hate Pittsburgh Penguins.
Why? Why do you hate the Penguins?
Because Super Mario Lemieux, the owner and stuff. He's the owner.
Why do they call him Super Mario Lemieux?
Well, Super Mario, because in the 80s, along with Gretzky, like it was them two who were like amazing. Mario unfortunately was injured a lot, and he had a cancer scare. He was gone for 3 years.
Damn.
Then he came back a game back with Pittsburgh, and they were in Philadelphia, and he was back on the ice, and Philadelphia gave him a big ovation, for beating cancer and being back, because you don't want to see that stuff happen. It's not pretty. It's not good for anyone, and and he played very well. I mean, he didn't just come back. He played very well. It's funny though, because the other day, the Islanders are playing Pittsburgh again, and Crosby got his 1,000th game as a Penguin.
Nice.
And he's the first Penguin to do that because Mary was injured so much. He got cancer, he had all that stuff going on. Otherwise, players who play for Pittsburgh, they usually leave, later on in their careers or something like that. They wouldn't stay, that long. And but they so I don't like him because I mean, yeah, their fans are obnoxious. They Crosby just whines about stuff, and even the NHL had the World Cup of Hockey in 2016, and they interviewed Yevgeny Malkin, the other center, the second line center on Pittsburgh, about playing against his teammates. Like, yeah, well, I don't like I don't like playing against him because he just whines too much. It's hilarious because that's what everyone complains about. The two of them, for that matter, I mean, they just complain about stuff, and when they're not playing well, they just start acting all goony. They start trying to high sticking people, cross checking all that stuff, and they just annoy me. And over 10 years ago, there was the fight night between the Islanders and the Penguins. Basically, the league
Fight
was just,
night.
You gotta watch the video. You would love it, Austin.
Oh yes.
But it was because those games and stuff like that, like the Penguins were getting away with a lot of stuff, and the Islanders were fed up with it basically, and they started fighting them, in the whole game. It was like insane. It was absolutely insane. And the only players.
What year was this?
2011.
You watched this?
I wasn't
Live?
I wasn't watching it, no, but I heard a lot about it ever
sad.
since, and I mean, and I've watched the video, years, almost a decade ago, but it was a big night. It was kind of a turning moment for the Islanders at that time because they haven't been in the playoffs for like 7 years, I believe, at that point, and they overall since like Mike Milbury was the GM and stuff, the 90s, and since then they didn't have a great reputation. So they kind of stood up for themselves, and they had a big fight. And there were 3 players that were on either that were present for that game on both teams. It was like Josh Bailey and what's his name? Oh my God, I'm blanking right now. It was Josh Bailey, Chris Letang.
Christers.
No, Chris Letang on the Penguins and Josh Bailey on the Islanders, and yeah, so whatever. And it was absolutely nuts. And I mean, it was it was a turning point for the Islanders ever since then. Because then a couple years later, they got in the playoffs. They played the Penguins really well. They got to 6 games. Everyone thought, oh, the Penguins are going to sweep the Islanders. That didn't happen. But you know when a sweep between the two did happen? In 2019, the playoffs between the Islanders and the Penguins, when the Islanders swept the Penguins because they were doing terrible. Their GM, Jim Rutherford, who's now gone, stepped down, made some really bad moves. And, so it's been tough, but it's been a lot better though also since 2013. And they're doing really well. I think they possibly could win the cup. I know I was saying in a previous episode the Avalanche maybe are the favorites. I'll openly acknowledge that because they're so good. But, no one's sleeping on the Islanders. Like, nobody. Like, anyone who's smart knows
Only
what they're talking
Ranger
about.
fans are sleeping on the Islanders. Only Ranger fans are sleeping on the Islanders.
We should call up Caden and ask him what he thinks.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to text him and ask him. Yeah, keep talking.
So, there's all that, and it's a bright future, and I think, so what I was saying before, though, I do like watching the Penguins and the Flyers play each other, because I know it's a big rivalry game. It's going to be fun. No matter what you call it, I hate them both. Let the arena collapse on both of them, pox on both their houses, but they are fun to watch against each other. Rangers, Flyers, whatever. I'll watch anything that's fun. And that even goes for Montreal Canadiens. As much as their fans have...
How do you say it? Canadians?
Canadiens.
Canadians.
It's, in French, whatever. But
What are you going to ask him if I get him on the phone, Caden? What are you going to ask him?
When are we going to ask him? I don't know. What do you think about the Islanders?
Yeah.
How do they're in the near future?
You're right. All right. Keep going. I think
Okay.
he's going to say okay.
Okay, so and they've been playing well. They won against Buffalo the other day, and they're an up and coming team, like I might have said before. And tomorrow night they play Boston Bruins, and I think still to this point, Boston played their outdoor game this past weekend. They beat the Flyers. I think it was like 7-3.
You know that people thought they were actually on the lake, not next to the lake.
Yeah. No, it's funny because they had an interview with the Avalanche. It was Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. He's like Caribbean, but like he was born in Paris, I think. And then
I'm gonna try to get on the phone. Keep on going.
Okay. And Andrei Burakovsky, who won the Cup with the Washington Capitals in 2018. And yeah, so they were interviewing about like the Lake Tahoe game, and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare's like...
All right, here we go. I got him.
Caden.
Okay, Caden. All right, can you hear it? Does it sound all right?
Hey, Caden.
All right, ask him, Peter. What do you want to ask him?
Caden, so we're on the show right now. We're live. No foul language. So...
Speak louder, Peter.
So, Caden, so no foul language, okay? I just have a question for you. We're on the air right now, and I wanted to ask you, where do you think the Islanders are going in the near future? How do you think they're going to do?
In the near future, I think they'll be good.
Okay.
Oh, come on. What kind of answer is that? You're a Ranger fan.
What? They have a good young talent.
Like who?
Barzell.
Is he good?
He's amazing.
Well,
Pete,
yeah.
you missed it.
I
Peter,
don't know names off the top of my head.
Peter was just saying how Ranger fans are the only people that think the Islanders will
I didn't
will
say
never
that.
be good.
You said that. You said that, Austin. Don't get me. Austin said that.
He said it. He said Ranger fans suck compared to Islanders fans. But
Are you watching this, people?
Peter's quote was, and I quote, Ranger fans aren't true. New York fans aren't true Ranger fans because the only team they should be rooting for is the Islanders. Why are the Rangers better than the Islanders?
They're not right now.
I mean, come on, you don't like the Islanders. Come on, give me some
I
break.
like the organization better. I like the players better. When I was a kid, the Rangers were amazing. So that's why I grew up watching it and liking to watch because they won all the time and they went to like I don't know how many years in a row, like 12 years in a row or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the difference between the Knicks and the Rangers in terms of MSG teams. Like, the Rangers did make the playoffs.
How do you think the Rangers are going to do this season?
Probably not good. It's not looking good, at least.
Why?
D'Angelo.
They have a terrible start this season. None of their star players are scoring, and now they have injuries. Panarin just left on personal leave. Who knows how long he'll be gone for?
Yeah.
And
So
I don't know. They're not playing like they were last year at the end of the season.
Right now, you have a chance to talk to people that like the Rangers and the Islanders. What are you going to say to Ranger fans out there? What is your one thing you want to say to Ranger fans?
I have no idea.
I'm
The
gonna-
Rangers are better than the Islanders.
There we go.
Okay.
I was about to give away your phone number if you didn't do something right. I was about to give away his phone number.
Oh
didn't
my
say anything.
God.
Yo, we were. Oh, Kaden, we got good news. We got good news about Captain. He's not going to jail. He just has to pay $500 and it wipes him off his record. We just got an email from him.
He emailed you?
Yeah, he emails us. Here, wait. I'm gonna
He
send
emailed
you-
me and then I forwarded to
forward it
Austin.
to you. I'm gonna forward you the email later. Oh, dude, he wrote. Guess who ain't in jail? Guess who's not going to jail? That would be me. Guess who goes home and pays like $500 and also go in and get it removed from my record? He has no punctuation. It's just a run-on sentence. He might not know how to write, but he's not going to jail.
God.
Oh my god. That's good.
All right,
Look.
Maybe he won't lose his job.
yeah, hopefully that'd be funny. All right, have fun painting.
Alright, I will.
Thank you.
That was good.
Yeah, Caden's a good guy. I like him. He's honest. He speaks his mind. You know, he doesn't get, wrapped into what you want to get him into. And that's how we have to deal with you.
What?
You try to do Howard Stern, and we have to say
Because it's funny that
It
way.
is
How
funny.
much
No, it
funny
is
would it be if you said,
No, it
yeah,
is.
the
No,
Outdoors
it's-
suck?
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's a comedy show. I get it. But,
Thank you. Yeah,
yeah,
you're the
but-
best voice of reason ever. You don't even know where we're on a show. It's like, you get us like, come on. Why don't you keep coming late? How about that? How about you keep coming late?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
that's
will.
the move
I
for
will.
you.
Yeah, but I was saying though that they were interviewing Pierre-Edouard Bellemare and Andre Burakovsky on the Avalanche the other month.
Wait, Speedy says Avalanche was my pick at the start of the season. I have them versus the Hurricanes.
Oh, okay, Hurricanes because they're doing pretty
The
well.
West Ham Beach Hurricanes? I didn't know they were in the NHL.
Yeah, right. No. Canes, man. But Florida Panthers, they look good too. I mean, because Tampa Bay, they just won the Cup this past season, and they have some players out for the rest of the season, like that. At least what they say. And I don't know, but I feel like Florida could take the big step. It's funny because the last time they made it to the finals was against the Avalanche in '96, I believe. And that was their GM was Bill Torrey, the Islanders GM that got them the dynasty years, 19 consecutive playoff victories and 4 cups in that time. And no other sports team in North America at least has ever done. And Bill Torrey brought the Panthers to the finals in I think 3 years, and he brought the Islanders to the finals in 8 years, something like that. And it's a great story, but Florida could be really good this year. I mean, they have really good players, and they're playing well. I mean, I've been watching them over the years, and they're young talents developing now.
Speedy says Nikita Kucherov will be back for the playoffs, though.
Okay, we'll see how that goes because he was amazing in the playoffs. Him and Hedman. My dad even noticed, in 2016 against the Islanders and the Lightning, Victor Hedman was the guy, the defenseman. He was the guy that owned everybody. He was just in charge when he was on the ice. And he ended up being the Conn Smythe, the playoff MVP winner, and well deserved. I mean, Hedman, heck of a player. And right. So anyway, the Avalanche they were getting interviewed by the media the other month. Andre Burakovsky, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare was saying, yeah, I can't wait, because growing up, whatever, I always want to play on the ice where hockey was meant to be played, where it was originally played, a lake. There's kitty cat again. Tuna.
This cat loves it. Hi,
Yeah.
Tuna.
Tuna's great.
Bye, Tuna.
We love Tuna. So, and Pierre's
Eats my
talking
trash,
about...
though.
What?
I had to pick up all the trash. This guy eats through my trash.
Oh, that's terrible. But Pierre-Edouard Bellemare was talking about how he's excited to play on the lake, on the ice, on the frozen lake. And then Andre Burakovsky interrupted him, right next to him, was just like, no, we're not playing on the lake. We're playing next to the lake. And then Pierre's just like, oh, that just ruins everything.
He said that? He just said that?
That just ruins everything for me.
Wow. That's great.
That ruins all the fun for me. But yeah, I mean they had kayakers in the game.
That's like when we have a good show and we found out only like 4 people were watching it.
Yeah, right. But I mean, so the only two, I think this is still true. The only two regulation losses, not overtime losses where you get a point, but the only two regulation losses where the Bruins did not get a single point was against the New York Islanders. So that's the matchup going into tomorrow night. Let's see if the Islanders could win again, whether it's in regulation or overtime against Boston. Because that's a pretty significant record because the Bruins are up top, and they've been up top of the division for a while. And it's probably the toughest division in the East. So.
How you know?
How you know?
All right, I think that was pretty good for hockey. All right, let's move on to the other stories. Big story here, Tiger Woods crash. Did you see the crash? You see that? What happened?
I saw some pictures. I didn't see anything more specific.
Hopefully he's okay. One of the best golf players. People that play golf. Are they called golf players? I guess. I don't
Golfers.
know. Golfers. Yeah.
Golf players. Same thing.
It's golfers. I'm so stupid.
And I live in Bethpage. Bethpage Black. Everyone loves it.
Yeah. Let me tell you. He's had a tough life, man. He was a child superstar with his dad, and then when his dad died, everything just went downhill, with the cheating and all that big thing. And he was trying to make a comeback, and he was doing pretty well. But now this car crash is pretty bad, and people are saying that he didn't look too good. I mean, I don't know how good you're supposed to look after a big time car crash like that, but they were saying that he didn't look like he was right in the head. I think it's a thing where you're in shock, you don't know what's going on. But hopefully he's okay. But man, I'm looking at these pictures. What do you think happened? You think he just wasn't paying attention? I think he was. I think he was probably texting and driving or something. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Because right after that DUI in 2017, that's when it went really downhill from him. The guy was a superstar. The guy was like up there with Derek Jeter, except Derek Jeter didn't take a right turn and the car flipped over.
Jeez, yeah. Dwayne Wade reflected on Tiger Woods. Dwayne Wade is an analyst now.
Yeah. Anytime you play sports, you can analyze sports.
Well, no, I mean, is he still playing? Did he retire? Or
we're supposed to know. We're supposed to know what we're doing.
No, I'm just saying. I mean,
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's retired. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Tiger Woods. Yeah, I mean, I remember. That was like I think it was like my freshman year of high school, whatever. It's just like Tiger Woods and the whole like cheating on his wife thing with the porn stars and all that. And yeah, I didn't see the actual injuries on him, but. Yeah, I mean, I just saw the crash itself. It was all flipped over, and apparently they got the jaws of life to rip it open.
It was weird because when I was driving to the city yesterday, someone got in a bad car crash, and the jaws of life had to come and block traffic. So thanks to that guy for making a wrong, for texting and driving, because then it held me up. That's the takeaway point here. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, there's not really nothing to really talk about. What are we going to analyze his car crash? Like, I don't know.
Totally.
I don't know.
It happens.
At this point, if I'm Tiger Woods, I'm trying to win the I'm trying to win the biggest tournament that I can, and then leave. I think it's time for him to go. Yeah, I mean I saw him at the when I went to the new 2018 U.S. Open in Shinnecock Hills. Actually, had the hat right there. I saw him. I saw him play, and I saw his giant yacht. He lived on a boat for the whole tournament. That's sick. The 2-week tournament. It was. Let me tell you, the U.S. Open is sick. You have to walk a lot, but it was amazing experience. Pat Osborne out there, he got me those tickets. He secured the bag. Nice. It was great. It was a great time. Pat Osborne. Chris Durst. Let's move on. We've become way too comfortable, or you've become way too comfortable with the Chris Durst references. Let's move on to the biggest. Okay, yeah, go. Well, I was just gonna say that I mean, one thing I know about the Shinnecock Hills Open the other year, they used to have a full-time station by there, the Shinnecock Hills like LIRR, and they temporarily reopened it for the Open. It was sick. Kind of like how Belmont was treated, before the Islanders are going to move in this year. But yeah. So that's cool, but I think they should open it full time again. I think that, we should open up all our old public transportation stations. No, we're just gonna make real estate places lower everywhere. Okay, Peter, this is Long Island. This is Suffolk. This County. Is the Hamptons. This is the Hamptons. We don't have no clubs. We don't have nowhere to eat. But we do have real estate places. Yeah, real estate and buses that come when they want to come. Buses, dude. When I was in Italy, the Italians were like, yeah. Buses, they don't. I was like, I gotta take a bus to the airport, and they're like, you're gonna have a better chance of walking. than the airport.
I heard the UK is really good with buses.
Yeah,
and,
of course. I mean, they're like the New York City. They're fine. They're good.
And Russia is even better.
Oh, here we
with
go.
everything,
Every
but-
show, we get it. You went to Russia. We understand. Every show, it's Russia.
But I was in the
We
city.
get it. You went to Russia. You filmed nothing because I don't see what you filmed. Okay, this guy goes to Russia out of nowhere and to do a film shoot. He comes back with no film. Tell the people about, because you never really spoke about why you went to Russia. Like, you spoke about why you went to Russia, but what did you do in Russia?
I was producing a travel series, and it's just there were roadblocks and stuff, but it was a great experience. Especially my time away from doing the travel series, I had a great time. I was in the city for 2 weeks that invented LEDs back in the Soviet
You are a
days.
nerd.
And no, it was great. It's the commuter city, Nizhny Novgorod, their fifth biggest city. There's trolleys everywhere. Tram. They have a tram that goes across where the Volga River and the Oka River meet. Absolutely beautiful city. Great food, shawarma, everything. Amazing place. The subway system, pristine. It's great. Buses, and it's the best. I don't know why every city should be like that. And we're richer.
Okay, but where's the film of the series? Where is it?
NDAs.
What year did you go?
2017.
NDAs only last about like 3 or 4 years.
All right, so there's no NDA.
I know there's no
I
NDA.
made it up, but
Tell us what happened.
no, I don't know. We just
Because you really
we
want to work with those people again. Even if they hear this, you really want to work with those people again.
No, I have nothing against them. It wasn't necessarily their fault, but it was just how it happened. Some things fell through, and some of them were self-inflicted wounds by some of these people. But you live and learn.
Okay, but tell quick. We only have like a couple minutes, like 15 minutes left. Tell me, do short of how you came to go to Russia,
Okay.
and then what happened at Russia.
So I always wanted to go. I'm quarter Russian. My grandfather's Russian. If you watch Seinfeld, there's that episode of it when George gets married to a Latvian Orthodox woman, and if you ever went to Williamsburg, Brooklyn, there's that church on the corner of McCarran Park, the big park over there, North 12th and Driggs, and it's the Onion Domes. It's the Orthodox church. That's the church that they used in Seinfeld in the episode, and my great-great-grandfather helped build that church, helped start that church. It's a very well-known church. Everyone knows it. And when my grandmother was alive, and grandfather for that matter, every time that episode was on, that part of the episode was on, my grandma would just yell from the other room, like, Peter, Pop's church is on Seinfeld. So I'd go run over and I'd see Pop's church on Seinfeld. And so, that's all that. And it's Seinfeld, man. Seinfeld's not anything but boring.
Hurry up.
And I always want to go to Russia. I've been teaching myself Russian for years, on and off.
Say follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram.
No, on Russian.
Oh, I can't.
WWSR on iPhone. WWSR on iPhone. Worldwide Sports Radio Network on Android. Google Play Store. Worldwide Sports Radio Network on Android. Google Play Store.
Very good. So I was at Brooklyn College. It was my second to last year, and
The audience, he did not say BC. Good job.
And I just saw his flyer in the film department. Look, if you want to travel Russia, we're doing a travel series. So I
You
emailed.
probably had the biggest heart on when you saw that.
All right, I don't know if that's appropriate for the air, but
I think so.
I was excited. I was like, all right, yeah, let's make this happen. And we had so I emailed the guy with my cover letter and resume. I don't know why he asked me. It goes back into the cover letter thing because I was working with him since then. And it's just like I ended up working with him for that. And, just looking for other people where it's like, should I ask for a cover letter? I don't know if I really should because I don't care about that. I'm like, no, don't do it. But so I sent my cover letter and resume when I tried to get into this and, met the guy and we talked and, he did have he already had agreements with people like letters of intent and stuff like that from this SUV company, this like custom SUV company. I forgot what they're called. I can't remember right now. American something, but it was a legitimate operation. It was the entire time. But, we're just basically trying to do a travel series in Russia and all over the world that, lesser known places, kind of like Parts Unknown with Bourdain. Yeah, sort of like that, but also like less of the political stuff that he always injects there with the CNN. It was the CNN show, right? Was that Parts Unknown? Yeah. When you went to CNN, it was very like always inject this political stuff and wouldn't always be accurate. It's just like we don't want any of that, right now. And at the time, Tor, despite everything with Trump and Russia, the whole Russiagate conspiracy theory that ends up being nothing, that was going on. But tourism in Russia from the United States was up during that time. So we have all these things, to like picture around, and we talked to a lot of people, including NBC producer and all that, and people out in the Hamptons, and of course, the people in the Hamptons were very flaky.
Keep going. Okay,
but
you're in Russia. Fine, you're in Russia.
So yeah, we got there. We got there. It wasn't exactly what we wanted. We couldn't get everything together, but we did shoot some stuff, and it was okay. It wasn't the best. It was just kind of what the deck, the hands that we were dealt. And but it was the fun time. It was a really fun time. I really had the time of my life. I want to go back. I miss it every day. I cry about it every single day.
Yeah, you don't shut up about it. You always talk about it. So
yeah, it was amazing. It was a great city. People don't know it, but the place where LEDs were invented.
Okay, but what happened to the film? What happened? That's what I want to know.
I just didn't go anywhere. It's kind of on hold right now. I still talk to him occasionally.
But did you film stuff?
We did.
How much footage? How many hours of film did you do?
Actual footage. It was sort of like a promo thing, so it wasn't too long. I mean, I feel like we did shoots for a combined 8 hours. Maybe, yeah, like in that whole time it was like 8 hours. A lot of free days because people would drop out, people would flake. Because, I don't know, whatever the problem was, like, it would be like another person that I wasn't talking to, but the creator of the series was, basically, and that was the situation. People would flake out. Whether it's his fault or not, I don't know. Yeah.
How much?
Well, I'm not going to say that.
It's 2017. Just how much? If anybody else out there wants to do something like this, how much should they get?
Well, they should get more than what I got.
How much did you get?
Well, I will say that they should be getting, like, I don't know. They should be getting, like, thousands and thousands of dollars.
And how much did you get?
I'm not going to say.
Say how much you
I'm not
made.
gonna
Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
It's 2017.
All right, but that's not the point here.
Okay.
NDAs. NDAs.
You don't have an NDA. You already say that.
No, but that was for a different situation.
Okay, I made from this to this.
I made from 3,000 to 8,000.
Okay, that's not too bad. And you had to pay for your expenses?
Well, I did at first, yes.
You had to pay out of pocket?
At first.
And then they reimbursed you?
Exactly.
Is that reimbursement in how much you made?
No. There's also stuff on top of that.
So you made, I'm going to think you made $3,000. That's what I'm thinking. That's how much you made.
More than that. But yeah, it is in that range, and it was a great time, again, and it's not too expensive. I don't know about, after the pandemic's over, how cheap it's going to be, if it's going to be even cheaper. I don't know. But I've been meaning to go back. I got to find my passport. Cause
you don't have your passport?
I don't have, as soon as I came back home, I just...
if anybody wants to be Peter, go find his passport. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be... It'll be Sean Lennon will steal my passport.
All right, we got last 10 minutes here, so we got about 5 minutes. All right. Let's talk about our last story here. Tom Brady. Everybody knows what happened to him. Tom Brady, drunk. Listen, the guy just won a Super Bowl. He just killed the Chiefs. The guy could be hammered on a boat if he wants to. There's nobody better in football than him. So if people are making fun about it, and people are making fun about how he threw the trophy, Gronk caught it. Whoever caught it, I think it was Gronk that caught it. He's a quarterback. The guy knows how to throw. How are you going to tell him not to throw a football? He threw a football. Just because it was a platinum coated football, it's still a football, so he did his job. So people are making fun of him about throwing the trophy football. It doesn't matter. It was a football.
Yeah, so, about that, yeah, and the thing is that he became the MVP for the playoffs, whatever, the Super Bowl. And everyone's talking about how, like, the defense, and I was watching the game, how the defense is really what won the game, but they don't recognize defense. And that happens in a lot of sports. They don't...
Defense.
And that's what wins championships. Defense wins championships. Mahomes couldn't get anything done. His offensive line wasn't really helping him too much. And Also, the Bucks defense was really good. You know, they were on top of them. They were on top of everything. You know, it's kind of like how in the NHL the best defenseman award, the Norris Award, the Norris Trophy, is given to the best defenseman. Well, usually what that means in practice is it's given to the best offensive defenseman, the defenseman with the most points. But when that shouldn't be. I mean, it should just be for best defenseman all around, let's say, you know. But they just don't recognize defense. And, you know, so Tom got the trophy. He was good. You know, he got the job done,
Listen,
obviously.
you can't be mad at a guy for throwing a football when he's a quarterback, okay? You can't get mad at a guy for throwing the Lombardi Trophy. It's a football.
The Stanley Cup is how much bigger than that, and everyone, they drink out of it, they pee in it, they have their dogs eat kibble out of the Stanley Cup.
You're getting mad at Tom Brady for throwing a football.
Yeah, honestly, it's
like,
bizarre.
Think about it. You're getting mad at a guy for being drunk. The guy threw a perfect pass. He was drunk and hammered, okay? If that doesn't show that Tom Brady is the best, I don't know what will. And that's come from a New Yorker.
He's really good, you know? He's really good. That's it.
Listen, he's in Florida. It's the Wild West there. They don't wear masks. They don't do anything there. It's great. Like, what they don't have, there's no rules. There's not like New York where everything's a rule. It's the Wild West. Whatever you want. If he wants to be drunk throwing footballs, let him do it. He's in Tampa.
What else are you gonna do?
He left cold ass Boston to win in Tampa. Okay, Bill Belichick. All right. So shut up. Let him play. And let the kids play. You're getting mad at a guy for throwing a football.
Yeah, honestly, and it wasn't damaged or anything like that. I mean,
it's probably worth more now.
Yeah, honestly.
I would have put on the thing the day Tom Brady threw this drunk.
Yeah, action on there.
Perfect pass. 10 out of 10. I bet you now that's gonna be a thing now where people are throwing the trophies and someone's gonna break that trophy. And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team sport, and he was on it. He played well. I mean, I don't really get the whole, I don't know. I get it, but I also don't, because then it's like the Stanley Cup, like, everyone gets a day with the cup, and, you know, they do whatever they want with it. I mean, when Ovechkin won the cup in 2018, he won fucking...
You were close. You almost said the F word. You were close.
Yeah. So, yeah, all right. So, you
thank
cut
God,
it off.
No. I'm not telling Speedy. I'm not telling Speedy. I'm not doing this every show. Tell him to cut something out. Okay, you were close to saying it. I'm not.
But if you did notice it, Pete, you know, okay, I know you're listening, but
I'm
sorry
not.
But
you're fine.
Okay, so whatever. We'll figure it out.
God.
But
5 minutes left, and you almost cursed.
It's friggin' like just not. It's What was I saying? The trophy, how they deal with it. You know, they do what they want with it.
Oh, you were saying the F word. If you want to finish the F word.
So they just have a deal with the trophy, and they do whatever they want. I mean, Ovechkin was going nuts, going freaking insane, partying with the cup because he finally got it, and he's one of the best players. You know, he might catch Gretzky's goals record, but
cool.
I mean, you know, who cares? I mean, you know, Tom Brady has the most, you know, Super Bowl wins. You know,
Tom Brady's laughing. Okay, Tom Brady drunk is a better quarterback than 99% of the people that try to become quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and that's all I gotta say.
That's all.
This is how you know. All right, that'll be us. That'll be it for us today. Peter, whatever your name is, get the commercials ready. All right, this is How You Know, a comedy radio show starring Peter Lewis, Austin Teitel, and Jared Harvin. Hopefully, Jared's on audition, and he did make it. Hopefully, let's see what happens. I'm Austin Teitel. Follow me at Austin Teitel. That's AUSTINTYTEL on Instagram. But before you do that, before you like me on Instagram, make sure you download the app. WWSRN on iPhone, WWSRN on iPhone, and Worldwide Sports Radio Network on Google Play, Android. Worldwide Sports Radio Network, Google Play, Android. Now, before we go, I'm going to ask Peter. Peter, you want to say anything?
No.
Peter, can you do... maybe he'll probably won't do it, but I'm going to ask him anyway. Peter, can you do your mom and your dad saying bye, signing off, saying bye to the fans?
All right, bye, everyone. Yeah, bye. Go.
No, come on, dude.
No, that's what he does. No, that's what he does. That's what he does.
All right. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna get quick. We have comments. I want your mom and your dad just won an award for being the best radio show of all time. What's their speech?
Wow, I can't believe that we actually won. Yeah, this is great. You know, okay, bye. 'Cause my dad does not like attention. He shies away from attention every time. Like the Girl Scout cookie story.
We'll tell that next time.
Next
I mean, next time.
Next time on How You Know.
How You Know, comedy radio show. But stay tuned for after this show at 4 o'clock. The Worldwide Sports Radio, Worldwide Sports Radio Network presents the Sports Hit List by the fans for the fans at 4 o'clock. That's the Sports Hit List by the fans for the fans at 4 o'clock. You know, it's Carl and his staff and his people that work on the show. Great show. I like that show.
Good stuff.
All right, that's it for us. How You Know, Conner Radio Show. Follow us.
All right.
Bye.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.